Well, we're here attacking my 7479 Charlie, ripping it out to death. Time to get her running up, and I'm gonna put a baggage door in. Look at that. So I took some paper and I traced out the shape of my baggage door, and then I put it up here, and that'll give me an idea where to cut. Cut small and then slowly open the hole up until this fits. And also, you got to watch down here because the bottom of the door will actually be like floor line. So if you notice over here on this one, you'll notice how the floor is this level right here. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I did put a little doubler in here, and this was from a previous bulkhead, and I'll see if I can't do the same on this one. Give me an idea where the hinges go and all that, but that's what we're doing. Got my crew, got my big crew working. Big crew. So I put my template up on my paper template, and I drew an outline, and it gives me an idea as to where the door is gonna go. The one thing that will really define the door is this part on the bottom. And as you can see, it sits right here, and that is your frame door bottom, and that is flush with the floor. Now I've drilled all my floor out, and I pulled it up and cleaned underneath, all sorts of garbage under there. And I put my one piece in here. You can see where it goes in, and this is level with the floor, and that will define the bottom of my door. I actually think it's more like this line, and I'm going to slowly cut my way out and open up the door. That's about it. And I got all my little parts. This door came out of a pre-60 182. Should work. Well, I've been cutting away and slowly trimming my way to success, I hope. You can tell I had a couple of different iterations of where I wanted the baggage door to go, and as I slowly put it together, I realized it was down a little bit lower, but slowly crept up on it, and I've got some of my parts in there right now, as you can see. A lot of times, in this case, these holes in this part don't line up with the original holes. What does line up, though, are these holes in the seam. So I use those two holes, and down here you can see how these little notched out areas go between the ripples in the bulkhead there, and those are pretty much set. So this one, and this one. Now, I'll just re-drill these. It'll kind of give me some extra holes on the backside, but you'll never see them, and they'll be fresh holes. Should work out pretty good. The door comes up and it fits pretty well. Just sort of like playing with it still. Anyhow, it's closer than it looks. And what'll end up happening is as you get it in there and get it fit, and then you get the hinges in and everything, you'll even have to open it up some more because it'll start clicking and hollering at you. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty close, pretty close. I'll probably get close enough that I leave it, and then I'll put my hinges in. Now, when I bought this door, they just took a hacksaw and cut out the whole door, and when they did that, they cut right through this bulkhead and this bulkhead down here. Now, the 53s didn't have a double bulkhead here, and they just hacked right through that. You know, if I'd known they were going to do that, I would have said sell me the bulkheads too, because the later models have a double bulkhead that starts about here and goes down all the way across and up the other side, and it's nice to put them in a 53, but now that I don't have it, I do have the little piece they sold me, so I'll be able to have a doubler there. Anyway, I'll show you that a little later. So I got my door cut out, and it fits pretty tight. We'll have to open it up anyway. A lot of times your hinge will bind right in here, and you have to open it up. And I got to straighten my lines up, but you can see I kind of started up here and I just slowly worked my way until I found the right spot. Then I've got my hinges in, and I cut my hinges out. Now I used that old bulkhead out of the part they gave me. They just cut the thing out and brought it in, but I also had to cut the flange off here. You will notice the flange is cut off here in order to get it to fit right. This also gave me an idea where my hinges go. Now I do have, these are hinge rivet holes, so I know the one with the 4 goes down below and the one with the 2 goes above, and then I put that in, and that seemed to work okay. Two of these holes didn't quite line up where they should in the door and get my bracket to fit the backside of the bulkhead, so I had to move it over a little bit. But I think it should work out fine. I've kind of put my pieces in here like I was talking about before. These were really good alignment holes. These holes don't line up, and I'll just have to drill new holes. And then I have holes that'll go in across the top here, and then holes over here. There's another, of course my sill strip goes in there, but looking at the back side here, you can see the hinges, and I kind of got this one so it fits real good. This one will fit real good. I got to drill some holes in there, and I'm doing an extended baggage. Got the floor pulled up, moved the battery, yada 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 yada, more and more, and should work out pretty good. Got all sorts of nuts I got to take off. I just get the back end all taken care of. She's going to be a nice ship. She's a great flyer. Got a lot of good things going for it. 182 wings, 82 gallons of fuel. Anywho, it'd be nice to have a baggage door. That's what we're working on. So I've got my door pretty much ready. I got a little more trimming to do at the bottom. It's pretty much in there. Drilled all my holes. I might have had my door just a little bit askew this way. This ended up being a little tighter up here. And looking at the other side, you know, these things are handmade, hand fit, I think in 1953 or whatever, and so it's not, you know, I had to like do a little this, little of that, but it's pretty close. I have to straighten up all my lines and edges, take all my parts out, and get them fit, painted. Like I said, I still have a little bit more to take out under here, so I haven't been able to close it all the way yet. But it's coming along. It's looking pretty good. It's got about the right shape. So if you ever look at a baggage door, there's always some little corner or something that's open. But this one I think will work out pretty well. Anywho, that's it. Well, I'm just having my morning coffee, looking at it. I got my door fit, and I got all my pieces put in. I got my latch working. You know, perfection is kind of a myth, and sometimes it's just, you can only get so close. I'm gonna have to make a shim here to get this to come out a little bit. I got my edges pretty square. You know, there's a little ripple here and there I'll have to take out with a file still. I had to move the door in just a little bit here, so I'll have to re-drill these holes and put a when I put the bolt through. So I got my door put in now, and I got the latch in there. Latch is up pretty good. You know, really perfection is a myth, and you can see I got maybe a little more gap here than here, and maybe a little tight here and open here. I'm gonna have to like straighten these edges out just a little bit to get a better uniform gap. It also is a little proud here. just the nature of the game. It sits pretty flush. You know, every time I go and see a 180, I always look at the baggage door to see how they fit, and they all fit a little bit differently. I'll probably have to open up this gap down here. It's pretty tight. You always have to leave a little room for paint, but it's a little bit more final fitting, and it seems to work pretty good. Got all my pieces, and I painted them black. Of course, you paint something and then you scratch it, right? It's kind of the name of the game. Pretty good shape. It looks pretty good. It fits really nice. It's really nice and smooth up here. It just like, you can never get it to fit perfect, right? Even in the factory, I think they're all handmade, but it's getting closer. I think a little more TLC and should have it. But it's about a 40-hour job. It does take some time, and you got to be careful, because if you can't add metal, you always got to take it off. So, yeah, door seal. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's the baggage door. So a quick note here, we are doing Lakeview jump seats in here and extended baggage, put the battery up front. But here at the baggage door, I also put an inspection panel right here. This will actually mount underneath, and this will be flush. This way you can get in and buck these rivets in here, otherwise it's nearly impossible, but it's looking pretty good. Been working on 7479 Charlie here for a little bit, battery up front. Good little project. Well, I finally got my baggage door finished. Still missing a rivet. Anyway, it works pretty good. We got our floor in here. Looks real good. Putting in an extended baggage. That's going to be nice. Got the jump seats going in and my baggage door. It doesn't look too bad. It closes nice. The gaps are pretty good. I don't know if you can ever get anything perfect, right? Fits pretty tight all the way around. Maybe I adjust some gaps a little bit. But overall, it's not bad. It's a 1953 180 with a baggage door now. It's just like, perfection is a myth. But we're getting closer. But it's pretty good. I mean, not bad. Maybe a little error right there. Probably Dremel got away from me or something. But there's a little chain that goes up here, and I had to shim out the latch a little bit for some reason. Not quite sure why. And there she goes. Also been working on, got to do a little instrument panel work. Been working here on the cowling. Made some new doors. Been working on this cowling for about 20 years, it feels like, but I got about, I don't know how many hours, 40 hours. Got to countersink these screws like this. But she's coming around. Did the other side too to match. I put this big doubler on here. What happens is these latches fail, and then the doors pop open. And anyhow, that's another project we got going on here. Another lifelong project. This is 7479 Charlie. She's a beauty. She's a beast. She's a rat rod. Love it.